got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Hart. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll set up to throw. Right back to Pitts again. He's got room at the 30. Look at the big fella go. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 43 yards. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Back to throw again. The quick slant caught. Touchdown Falcons. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. On first down, they'll start out with Evans. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Evans gets it again on second down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. And they'll go right back to Evans. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Looking at a second and 11 now after the loss. Straight ahead, it's Evans. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Off the play fake. Schilling. And it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons will take over here just shy of the 30. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And complete to Drake London. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards to pick up there.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
The Falcons at 7-2 here on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. touchdown. Here's Koo to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception. He's got a man, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover, put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. On 1st and 10, Schilling. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. A give up the middle to Evans. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
To throw on 2nd down, Schilling. On the screen, this is Evans. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right?
Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Javarius Ward. And the Falcons are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw left side complete. That's Hart. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. He finds his man complete. That's Hart. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Morrison. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Ready, go. Ready.
Back to throw. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Black ultra. Ready.
Back to throw here. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And so close. He gets it to the one. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
560. Ready.
Elliott looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. Call it no gain, and it's going to be second and goal.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Again, it's Elliott. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. This Carolina defense looking to keep him out of the end zone once more. Third and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And this time he is in. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Falcons take a 3-touchdown lead. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff-worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off play action. Schilling. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. Here's the Panthers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
Ready, go.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Panthers are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in this second quarter.
Because what it does is give their offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Schilling. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Let's go. Red, yellow. Ready?
Back to throw. Schilling. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Robbie Anderson, 32 yards. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And he'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something?
And now it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Ready, break.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Set, go.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
Hut, hut. Double 38. Set.
Now Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Ready.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal.
Set. Hut, hut, hut.
They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's third and goal.
Set, go. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked it and ran, but he's still short of the marker at its 4th. And we'll see Younghoe Koo now for the Falcons. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Koo knocks this one through the post. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Schilling. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Schilling. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And taken at the 46. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
6, 7, 2, go.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Evans. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Evans. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here we go,
And they'll run for it with Evans. Now Evans hit, and the ball pops free. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here, punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense.
Yeah.
Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Ultra. Go ultra.
He'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far. And that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
He's going to look deep for more. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Off play action. Schilling. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's loose, the ball bouncing around, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, so that is going to be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going into the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hart. And he goes out right around the 39. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. The Falcons send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Schilling. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He finds his man complete. It's Hart. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back to throw now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Here we go.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Ready, ready.
They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hart. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They'll look to throw again. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Derek Brown in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to.
Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. Hey, as the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put the... He's got a man complete! And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Amari Cooper, 35 yards. And the Panthers get a bit closer. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that will cut this lead down to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Morrison, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll drop to throw. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action.
Here we go. Hey, Bruce.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Sliding out of the pocket. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time. And
touchdown! Drake London, 29 yards. And the Falcons add on to their 4th quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the and that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out
out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run. 32 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Evans diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Oh, I think the Panthers have got it. They did. Carolina football. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable.
And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for Carolina. 52 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more.
Touchdown, Panthers! From 3 yards out. And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up first and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they're able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown, we saw the payoff, but of course that big, long chunk play is what got them in position.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Okay, ready?
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Hart. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
He finds his man, complete. It's Hart. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Up the middle they go. It's Morrison, and he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And the Panthers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more.
And now here is another interception. And the Falcons are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Ritter's throw complete. This is London. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Hart. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here we go, set.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A give running right is Evans. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Set, ready. Like Move. Faster, faster.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hart. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Parker, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Hart. And, oh, he coughed it up, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, red. Ball red.
Operating from the gun. Schilling. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep, trap throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Hey, Black open. Red. Blue, black. Yellow, blue. Ready?
To throw on 3rd down. Schilling. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Here we go. Blue check. Blue striker.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Found his target. It's Anderson. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Green back. Red, yellow. Ready.
Back to throw again. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Let's go now.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
Field, black.
Back to throw. Schilling. Touchdown. DJ Moore. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Ready.
The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons, their hands team, able to recover it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. So it goes from a 3-score to a 4-score lead here in the closing moments of the 4th quarter. And whether they